Hi there, my name is Myra and you're on the channel Beauty and Scent with Myra. Before we start, I would really appreciate if you subscribe to the channel and like this video because it really helps my channel grow. Today I will be sharing 3 of my perfumes that have stayed with me, well, basically longer than any of my relationships. One of the fragrances has been with me for like 9 years and the other 2 for 15 years. Can you imagine that? That's a long time. So I really want to show it to you guys and describe why I like them. Unfortunately, 2 of them do not exist anymore. They have been discontinued, but I just wanted to share with you what I've been using, and I do have my last bottles that I'm saving and just smelling them from time to time because there are a lot of memories connected to those perfumes, because scent memory for me is very, very strong. I actually get drawn back to those moments and kind of relive those moments. So let's get started. I actually had to pull out notes of these perfumes because I don't remember anymore, you know. To me, those are not perfumes anymore. To me, they are memories. So I do not really remember the notes and I don't smell the notes anymore. I just smell my memories. It does sound weird, right? The first one up is Klein CK2. I don't know how many bottles of this I went through because for a few years straight, this was the only perfume that I used every day. Oh my god, yeah. I'm sorry guys, I will be having, throwbacks and flashbacks throughout this video. But what are the notes? That's the most interesting part because this is a freshie and when you smell it, you don't really feel the notes. You don't smell the different notes. You just smell that it's a fresh, nice perfume. At least I do. First of all, top notes: wasabi, violet leaf, mandarin orange, and pear. That is a very unusual combination. And now thinking of it, I kind of do smell the wasabi and the orange, the mandarin orange as well. But violet leaf, not really, and pear, not at all, because I actually hate pear in perfumes as a note. So I don't smell it at all there. Then middle notes: pebbles, hedione, orris roots, peony, and rose. I don't smell rose. I don't like rose in as a note as well. Pebbles. I actually do smell pebbles, and it sounds so weird, but yeah, I do smell pebbles. And this sounds like a weird combination. It sounds like, what the hell, wasabi and pebbles and orange, but it is so unusual. It is so fresh. I hate Klein for the fact that they have discontinued this fragrance. As you can see, I have just a little bit left. I also have my last backup on hand, and that's it. So I haven't been using this perfume for a while now. I do have this one because this one is always in my car, because I do need it sometimes, just for a little refresh, so to say. Klein, please, if by any chance you're gonna watch this video, bring back this perfume. It is amazing. It's much better than any other perfumes in this category. And the base notes are vetiver, white musk, incense, and sandalwood. I wouldn't say that they're prominent. Sandalwood does give like a creaminess to this scent when it dries down. I actually sprayed it on my hand. I do smell musk, but I don't smell incense, and I don't smell vetiver. I just smell like, creamy musk and a warm, creamy sandalwood, and that's it. So this was the first one, the one that I had for like 9 years. And now one that I had for 15 years. I'm sure you know the bottle. This is Flowerbomb by Viktor&Rolf. I remember going to high school and smelling it everywhere. It was very popular. Only the popular, clean girls at that time and girls with rich parents or a rich boyfriend had this perfume. I have a lot of party memories with this perfume, and yeah, it has been in my collection ever since, and I'm not getting rid of it. And this is the perfume that you still can get. Viktor and Rolf, they know what they're doing. This is a flower bomb. However, don't forget that the top notes are actually tea and bergamot. And you do smell that, and I do like tea fragrances, not the Elizabeth Ardan fragrances, not that type of tea, but for example, Le Labo Thé Matcha 26, and this one I also really like. Then obviously you have all the possible flowers: orchid, jasmine, rose, freesia, African orange flower, and so on. And it has patchouli, musk, and vanilla in the base. Basically, to my nose, I don't smell patchouli. I just feel that they put it in there for the longevity. And this is a long wearing perfume. If you know, you know. So if this description sounds good to you, the good news is you still can get it. And I will be obviously repurchasing it until they decide to discontinue it, obviously. And now my last one. I also had it for 15 years, maybe even more. I remember going to London for a school trip and buying it in a duty-free zone. I'm so sorry for the dog barking. The neighbor's dog is going crazy. I remember buying it in the duty-free zone, and I fall in love with this perfume. I was, also around 14 or 15 years old. To me, this was airy, feminine, but at the same time not too mature, because a lot of perfumes at that time were a bit mature, if you know what I mean. And this is also a very interesting combination. So what are the notes? The top notes are blackberry, cranberry, and vinyl. Vinyl, can you imagine? And I actually do smell vinyl. I remember how vinyl smells like. Yeah, I'm old, sorry. Now the middle notes are damask rose, violet, and peony. I do smell violet and a little bit of peony. I don't smell rose here. Again, I don't really like rose in my sense, so it's a good thing that I don't smell it here. And then the base is musk, sandalwood, vetiver, and patchouli. Quite standard for that type of perfume. I also smell the musk. The musk is very light, very airy, nothing powdery about that musk, nothing sticky, maybe just a tiny bit soapy, but in a good way, in a clean girl way. This is a dream. When I close my eyes, that is how I imagine a fairy would smell like. A light, airy, you know, a bit of berries, a bit of flowers, tied with some light musk and a creamy sandalwood. This is very good. Did I tell you what's the name of this fragrance? It's the YSL Parisienne. And I do believe that YSL have discontinued this fragrance. However, I did see that you can find it still online somewhere. If you do like this description, I highly recommend to at least consider looking into this perfume, because I haven't smelled anything similar to this in a long time. Basically never, I would say. It is a very good combination. And the one that they have now, the Mon Paris, it's not good. I mean, it's good, don't get me wrong. It's a good perfume, but it's not special. This one was very, very special. Again, I have no idea why brands do that. Every time something is really nice, is really interesting, new, it's a different take, they then discontinue it. Maybe it's because it wasn't popular, I don't know. I don't actually know any people that used this perfume or owned it or heard about it. So maybe it wasn't popular enough. But trust me, if they re-released it now, this would be all the hype. Because this is a very different take on a feminine fragrance. So these were my OG favorites. I do still love them. I do still use them. Obviously, the ones that are discontinued, I'm trying not to use very often. I just smell them from time to time, so I remember how they smell, and I get back to the memories that they bring. As you can see, I have been smiling the whole time I'm filming this video because, yeah, that's exactly the emotions that these fragrances give me. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know in the comments which are your OG perfumes that you have been using for 10 years, maybe more. I would really appreciate if you would subscribe to the channel and like this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!